side to side, just like you always do. Notice if you're holding on to any tension anywhere in your jaw, maybe your hips, maybe your shoulders, and just see if you can soften down. And then make a connection with your breath as well. So start to breathe in and out through the nostrils. Smooth and steady, and as you breathe in, perhaps you feel that belly inflating and the ribs expanding. And as you breathe out, the ribs come inwards, the belly falls backwards. Breathing in fully, belly rises, chest expands. Exhaling completely, ribs come inwards, belly falls backwards. A few more times, inhaling fully. And exhaling completely. Good. Continue to breathe in this smooth and steady way with your own rhythm. If you want to, you can set an intention for the rest of your day or the practice ahead of you. Maybe your intention might be just, how do you want to feel by the end of the practice, or how do you want to feel by the end of your day today? Or is there anything that you really want to achieve? Just bringing your practice a little bit more so it's something that involves your whole life rather than just the physical movements. Lovely. Take one more breath here, inhaling. And exhale. Gorgeous. Opening your eyes. And then lean back on your hands and just change the crossing of your legs. You can stay on the block if you like. See how it feels in your body to switch that crossing. Maybe it's the uncomfortable side, our favorite side. Reach your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale here. And then take that left arm down to the side and stretch your body over towards the left, feeling openness in the right side. Lovely. Breathe in, come back to center, and take that right arm down. Stretch the left arm up and over. Maybe turn and look underneath that armpit so that you stay a little bit more open. That's lovely. Well done, you guys. And then come back to center. Walk your hands forwards and just find a little bit of a folding forwards in your spine. Maybe round. Maybe look behind you towards your belly button. Good. And then take a breath in and walk your hands back. Lovely. Exhale, take a twist, so bring your right hand towards your left knee and your left hand behind you. Just lengthen up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, soften your belly and just maybe twist. Look behind you if you like, if your neck feels okay. Gorgeous. Then come back to center, twist in the other direction. So just moving the spine all the way it can move, through all the different ways it can move, twisting and folding, bending to the sides. Come back to the center, and then bring your hands interlace them behind you, just like this. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together and puff the chest up so that you can maybe turn your gaze up towards the ceiling. So you get this little bit of a gentle back bend, nothing too much. Lovely, and then come back to the middle. Release your hands in front of you. Bring your block to the front of the mat just in case you need it. And find yourself in a tabletop. And we're just going to take 3 cats and cows together. So breathe in, bring the tailbone up, let the belly sink down, look up. That's it. Exhale, round the back, look between your knees. 2 more. Breathing in, finding that cow position. Really accentuate it as much as you can. Lovely, Kim. Exhale, press the ground away round and look between your knees. And again, inhaling, finding that cow position. And exhale, round and round, press the ground away. Lovely, come back to that neutral spine. And then just take your fingers and point them to the outsides of your mat, because we're going to be doing some sun salutations, quite a few, playing with them today. Start to move yourself left to right, just feeling into those wrists. So I don't want you to put too much strain into the wrists. Know that you can always take rest. You can always find a down dog instead of going through a vinyasa when we come to it. But because you'll be spending quite a few of the movements on your hands, you know, I just want you to warm up through the wrists a little bit. Okay, come back to the middle. That's it. And then if you can, turn your fingers to face towards your knees, both of them. Don't only go as far as is comfortable, so don't strain yourself or put any unnecessary pain into your elbows. And let's take just 3 cat and cows again, like this. So inhale, coming into a cow position, looking up. And exhale, round the back. So your fingertips are pointing as far back as you can, just to get that nice stretch in the forearms. Inhale, come up to that cow position. And exhale, round the back. Look between your knees. Good, one more. Breathing in, coming into that cow. And exhaling and rounding your back. Lovely. Come back to the center. Oh, and just shake off your wrists. Move your fingertips to face forwards again. I know. Mine do as well. All right, so make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders and that your knees are underneath your hips. Tuck your toes under. And just before we come fully into a down dog, just lift your knees off the ground and hover the knees. So just start to activate the core a little bit. So the knees should just be hovering off, not too high. Then press the ground away with your hands so that you round in your upper back. You protract through the back of the shoulder blades. Good. Really start hugging that belly button in towards your spine a little bit more for 3, 2, well done, well held. 1, lift the hips up, straighten the knees as much as possible, and come into your down dog. Maybe bending one knee, bending the other, but walking your dog, finding that movement in the back of your legs, just easing into it. Few times left and right. Good, well done. All right, when you're ready, find stillness in your downward facing dog. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, look towards your hands and just come forwards to a plank. So come with me to a plank. Just stay here for a second and then bring your knees down and hug your elbows in. Lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. Good job. Coming into a cobra, so our first back bend, really start to just peel the heart up only a little way. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. And exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, and press back to a downward facing dog. Wonderful. Okay, from here, you're going to bring your knees down, and then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Come all the way up, and find yourself in this low lunge. Good. In low lunge, reach your arms up to the sky. Good. Think about lengthening that tailbone down so that you feel a little bit of a tuck there, and you'll lengthen through that left hip flexor a bit more. Especially if you're sitting a lot, this is really good. So you can even do this in between conference calls, maybe, Kim. Get the odd little bit of a hip flexor stretch. Then bring that right elbow down and cross the left elbow on top. Wrap the forearms around each other, lift the elbows up. So nice eagle arm, so stretching the back of the shoulders as well. Keep lengthening the tailbone down. Good, keep lifting the elbows up, breathing in. Lovely, and then breathing out. Release the hands, place both hands either side of the front foot. Don't forget, you can always bring the ground up to you with the blocks. I'm going to put mine here actually today. And then flex the front toe knee, so straighten the front knee, should I say, not flex. Straighten the front knee, coming back to half splits. Good, just hold it here. Maybe the toes point up towards the ceiling. Maybe they point, that's it, yeah, might feel better. Then imagine you're pulling your right out hip back, left out hip forwards. Draw up through the pelvic floor muscles, get a little bit of engagement here in the core there. Lovely. And then breathe out, bend into that right knee. Good. If you're on the blocks, just release them and come back to a tabletop. Let's do that on the other side. So step the left foot to the outside of the left hand and come all the way up. Get your balance first, so your back toe might be untucked or it might be tucked. Tucked is just easier for balance. Good. Think about lengthening the tailbone down so that you feel that lengthen straight away in the right hip flexor and reach the arms up. Again, hug the belly button into the spine and bring that left elbow down, put the right elbow on top of it, cross the forearms. So come to eagle arms with the other arm on the bottom. And then lift the elbows up. Keep lengthening that tailbone down. Good. Maybe leaning forwards a little bit, but keep that lengthening of the tailbone down. Imagine hugging your low ribs in towards each other so that your belly, that's it, Kim, lovely. So your belly button is going towards your spine. You've got that core engagement. Beautiful. And then release your hands either side of that front foot or onto blocks. Inhale, come back so that you're in this half splits. So it's always nice to walk your blocks back a little bit so that you're not rounding like this. So see if you can draw the shoulder blades back towards each other. Yeah, toes can point up to the ceiling again. Imagine pulling that left outer hip back as the right outer hip goes forward. So you're really squeezing into the midline with your inner thighs. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, bend into that left knee. Both hands onto the mat. And then come into tabletop. Find yourself in tabletop again. Let's just do one cat and cow together. Breathe in, bring that tailbone up, heart sinks, look up. And exhale round the back. So you should be starting to feel nice and warm now in your body before we come into these sun salutations. Come back to center. And then tuck the toes, lift the hips up. Again, find downward facing dog. Good, so find that down dog, find steadiness. Remember, it doesn't matter if your heels don't touch the floor. What I'd rather see is that you've got a nice long straight back and your knees are bent. Relax your neck. So just find that down dog that's good in your body. It's doing you some good. It's not going to injure you. Lovely, next breath in. Look to the top of the mat and walk your hands until they're behind your feet. Find yourself in a nice upside down forward fold position. Let your head hang, maybe hold on to opposite elbows, just sway left and right. Get a sense of looking at the world from a different perspective. Staying with that breath, breathing in and breathing out. Lovely, release the hands down, come up halfway. So Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Then press through the feet, roll up one vertebrae at a time, come all the way up to standing. Good, finding yourself in your mountain pose. Okay. Really make sure that you're grounded, so your feet are pressing into the mat so that you feel equally that energy from the ground forces all the way up through your body, up through the crown of the head. Lovely. And then we're going to move through some sun salutations together. So just starting with half sun salutation A to get movement and breath rhythm together. Ready? So let's go. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Look up and stretch up, maybe look up to your hands. Exhale, you can bend the knees, come forwards into Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Lengthen and strengthen your back body. Yeah, arms can be behind you. Good job, you two. And then hands come down. Good. Press through the feet. Breathe in. Reach all the way up to the sky again. Look up and stretch up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do this. Do that one more time. Inhaling, arms reach up, palms to touch. Exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Lovely, breathe in, halfway lift, strengthen your back body. And breathe out to fold. Ground through the feet, reach the arms all the way up to the sky, look up and stretch up. And hands to your heart. Lovely. Sun salutation A. Inhale, the arms come up. Maybe look up. Moving at this rhythm, exhaling, you fold forwards. Breathing in, you lift up halfway. And then breathing out, hands come down, step back to a plank. Lovely. Inhale here. Lift your hips up a little bit higher, Kim, if you can. Just a tad, that's it. Exhale, knees come down, hug the elbows in, lower all the way down to the mat. Lovely. Staying in a cobra this first time, inhaling, peel the heart up, come to a nice back bend. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. And then exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, press back, find downward facing dog. Lovely. Breathe in, moving straight on, look forwards. And then breathe out, step your feet behind your hands. Lovely. Inhale, halfway lift, strengthen your back body, squeeze the backs of the shoulders towards each other. Breathe out to fold. Press through the feet, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Look up and stretch up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, the arms reach all the way up to the sky. And exhale as you fold forwards into Uttanasana. Breathing in, halfway lift, lengthen the back body. And breathing out, plant your hands, step back into a plank. Breathe in your plank. And breathe out, bring your knees down, hug the elbows in, lower all the way down. Inhaling, peel the heart up, find a cobra, maybe a little bit higher, keep the pubic bone pressing down. And exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, and press back to downward facing dog. Again, moving straight on. Inhale, look forwards. And exhale, journey to your top of the mat. Lovely. Breathe in, halfway lift. Strengthen the back body. And exhale to fold. Press through the feet, reach the arms all the way up. Look up and stretch up. And exhale, hands to your heart. One more like that. Inhaling, arms reach up, maybe look up and stretch up higher. Exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Breathing in, halfway lift, strengthen the back body. Breathing out, hands come down, step back to a plank. Inhaling your plank. And exhale, knees come down, elbows hug in, lower all the way down. Let's find a locust this time. Hands behind you, interlace them. Breathe in, lift the heart, lift the legs and feet. The arms reach away from the low back. Exhale to stay. Inhale, grow longer. And exhale, lower down, hands underneath the shoulders, press back, downward facing dog. Moving straight on, inhale, look forward. Exhale, journey to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Ground through the feet, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Sun salutation B. Sit down into a chair pose. Reach the arms up. Breathe in here. And then exhale, start to fold forwards, Uttanasana. Breathe in, halfway lift, strengthen the back of your body. And breathe out, fold, step back into a plank. Lovely, welcome back, Kim. Inhale here. Exhale, knees down, lower all the way down. Keep that belly hugging in. Good job. Breathe in, come into your back bend, so cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, press back to downward facing dog. Lovely. Breathe in, reach that right leg up to the sky for me. Good, look forwards, breathe out, do your best. Step that right foot to the top of the mat. Maybe use your right hand to help it. And step the left heel down. The left toes are facing the left corner of the mat for warrior one. Come all the way up, reach the arms up. So this is what we were talking about at the beginning of the class, Kim. So allow yourself time, allow yourself a moment to get here. Yeah, make sure that you're in the right alignment for your body. So if you need a wider gap between the feet, so they're more like train tracks, that's fine. Reach the arms up, hug the lower ribs in so you're engaging your core. Lengthen up, look forwards. So your shoulders should be facing the front of the mat. Lovely. And then breathe out, bring both hands down to the top of the mat. Step back into a plank. This is a tough sun salutation, so you're doing really well. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knees down, elbows hug in, lower all the way down. Lovely. Breathe in, come into that back bend. Keep the pubic bone pressing down. Keep reaching back with your shoulder blades. Lovely. Breathe out. Lower down. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Lovely. Inhale. Lift the left leg up to the ceiling. And breathe out. We're going to step the left foot to the front of the mat. So use that hand to help the foot if you need it. Bring the right heel down. The right toes are pointing to the right corner of the mat. Reach the top right corner. Reach the arms up. Coming into warrior one. So you're bending into your left knee. Don't forget, you can step that back foot to the right a little bit if you need that more space in your hips. Hug the low ribs in. Reach the arms up. Grow tall. Press down into both feet. And then exhale. Both hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Good. In down dog, just take 3 breaths. Inhaling and exhale. So connect yourself to your breath again. Breathe in and breathe out. One more here. Inhaling, look forwards and breathe out. Walk to the top of the mat or jump, your choice. Inhale, halfway lift. Strengthen the back of your shoulder blades towards each other. Arms can reach back, remember. Exhale to fold. Find that chair pose again. Sit your hips back as far as you can. Reach your arms up. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the knees. Reach the arms up. Look up towards your hands, maybe a standing back bend. And come back to center. Let's do that again, okay? Sit down into your hips, reach the arms up. Breathe in here. Lovely. And then exhale, fold forwards. Uttanasana. Breathe in, halfway lift. Strengthen the back of your body every time you do this. Exhale, hands come down. Step back to a plank. So still on sun salutation B now. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your knees down, hug the elbows in, lower all the way down. Coming into a back bend, breathe in, squeeze the backs of the shoulder blades towards each other. Get that spaciousness in the collarbones. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lovely, right leg again. Inhale, reach that right leg up. Breathe out, step the right foot between your hands. The left heel comes down. Finding warrior one as you inhale, you're coming all the way up. So pause here, just get yourself in this position that feels best in your body. Good, so your arms are reaching up to the ceiling. Yes, your chest and hips are facing the front of the mat. And then breathe out, both hands come down. Step back to a plank. It's quite a difficult transition, so just do your best. That looks great, Kim, well done. Exhale, knees come down, hug the elbows in, lower all the way down. Lovely, and the back bend as you breathe in, really open up that front of the body, keep the pubic bone pressing down. Good, exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Left side, left leg reaches up to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot between your hands. The right heel comes down. Come all the way up, warrior one. Reach the arms up. So steady yourself in your warrior one. Give yourself a moment to get there. Engage through the core. Bend into that front knee a little bit more, Kim, and straighten the back leg. Lovely. Exhale, both hands come down and step back to downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Lovely. Breathe in for 1. Know that you're breathing in. Breathe out. So all you've got to do is breathe here. Feel the ground. Feel the air. Inhale. And exhale. Next breath in, look forwards to your hands. And then when you breathe out, journey your feet till they're behind your hands and fold. Well done. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Sit back into your hips, find that chair pose, reach the arms up. So find a strong chair pose, good job. Inhaling here. And then straighten the knees, come all the way up to standing, arms reach up to the sky, look up, maybe take a standing back bend. And all the way back to center, hands to your heart. Good. One more, another sun salutation variation, sun salutation C. Inhale, the arms come up to the side, look up and stretch up if you like, if your neck feels okay. Exhale, fold forwards into Uttanasana. Breathe in, halfway lift. And then exhale, hands come down, step your right foot back, bring your right knee down. Yes. Reach the arms up, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. So we've been here already in the warm up. And then exhale, both hands down, step back to a plank. You can always step back to a tabletop if that's better for you. Good, bring your knees down and lower all the way down with the exhale. Inhale, coming into that back bend, so another cobra, or you can always do a locust if you prefer. And then exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lovely. Go on the opposite side, so reach that right leg up to the sky. And then step the right foot between your hands, left knee comes down. That's it, use your hand, good job, Kim. Inhale, reach the arms up, find that low lunge. So you're on a low lunge with the right leg in front, that's it, yes. And then exhale, both hands come to the front of the mat and just step that back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Yes, inhale, halfway lift. And fold and breathe out. Press through the feet, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Hands to the heart. Do one more of those starting on the left side. Inhale, reach the arms up, you're doing brilliantly. Just move and breathe. Exhale, fold forwards. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Strengthen the back of your body, arms can reach back. Breathe out, hands come down, left foot back, left knee down. That's it. Inhaling, lengthen up through the sides of the waist, arms reach up. Arms reach up, Kim. Yes. Exhale, both hands down. Step back to a plank, or you can come straight to tabletop. Breathe in here. And then exhale, bend the elbows, lower all the way down to the mat. Lovely. Breathe in, come into that back bend, peel your heart away, open up the front of the body. Exhale, lower down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up to your sky or your ceiling. And exhale, step the left foot between your hands, right knee comes down. Yes, use your hand. Reach the arms up so the right knee's down, left leg's forwards. Lengthen up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, both hands come to the top of the mat. Step forward and fold. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold as you breathe out. Ground through the feet, reach the arms all the way up, look up and stretch up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Just pause here for a moment, bring your hands by your sides, breathing in and breathing out. So we've revisited the sun salutations that you've learned. Half sun salutation A, B and C. So when you know these, you can just do them on your own at any time. You don't have to have any equipment. I'm in a small hotel room, so you can do this anywhere. Just wake your body up for the morning. We're going to take a standing balance now. So we're going to take tree pose. It's a simple enough one. I know that you're all pretty good with this. So let's just get ourselves balanced, and then we'll take a different balance after this. We'll take an eagle balance. So bring the weight into your left foot. I'm going to mirror you. Make sure that all four corners of the feet are really firmly grounded. And then engage through your quadricep muscle so it's not loose and wobbling around. Just make sure it's nice and firmly engaged. Lengthen the tailbone down so that you have engagement in your core. And come to your tree. Yeah, you're there already. So you might have your foot against the top of the thigh, against the calf, maybe even touching the floor. You can bring your arms up, so grow your tree. Find your tree. If you find it super easy, notice what you're doing with your left hip. See if you can hug that in, really grow a little bit taller. So the more that you hug that hip in, whoops, and press the sole of the foot of the other leg on that thigh, the taller you'll grow, the more you involve your pelvic floor muscles and your core to keep you steady here. Breathing in. Looking very steady there. Well done. Breathing out. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands down through to your heart space first. Then slowly turn the knee to face the front. And then just bring that opposite leg down. Excellent. Looking good. I can only see your legs, Kim, but that looks amazing. And I can't see you now, Bev, but never mind, I hope you're still there. Shake off your legs. Ground through the left foot. That's okay. I don't need to see you. It's okay, just as long as I know you're doing it. That's all. All right, so all four corners of the left foot, make sure they're really nicely grounded. Engaging through that left quadricep muscle. Lengthen the tailbone down. Hug the low belly in. Let's come into the tree pose. So opening that hip out to start with that left hip, coming into whatever variation you did on the other side. Try and get balance. Be where you are. Keep looking at something that's not moving if your balance is challenged. And then you can bring your hands to your heart or grow your branches, reach the arms up. Again, think about that right out hip. If it's sticking out to the side a lot, hug it in. Press the sole of the foot and the thigh against each other. Good. This will give you a little bit more control, a bit more balance. And just stay here and simply breathe. Inhaling. Well done. Looking good. I can see you now, Bev. That looks brilliant. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. Breathing in. And breathing out. Lovely. Hands come through to your heart. That knee slowly moves to face the front and set that foot down. Oh, shaking it off. Well done. Okay, we're going to come into eagle now. So you've done both the arms and the legs, but in different poses. So we're going to take a chair pose, but first of all, we're going to involve the arms. So we'll start with our arms first. So I'll turn to the side. So reach your arms up. Keep your legs maybe with a little micro bend, not too deep at the moment. And bring that right elbow underneath your left. Cross the left elbow on top of it. Actually, I'll turn to face you. And then sit down into your hips. So I'm not mirroring you now. Good. And then you're going to bring the weight into your left foot and your left leg. Keep the knee bent really deeply. Lift that right knee up high so you're crossing the thighs at the top. Good. Maybe you're using that toe to balance, perhaps you're not. Squeeze the inner thighs. Don't worry how much you can wrap that foot around. Just keep squeezing the tops of the thighs. Sit your body down a little bit more. Upper body leans back a little bit. Good. See if you can lift the elbows up a bit higher. Maybe if you want to, you can try and fly your eagle. If you fall out, doesn't matter. In flying your eagle, you're just bringing your elbows closer to that knee. Actually, this is easier for balancing anyway. So give it a try. It's only yoga. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work the first time. Lovely. Come back to center. I know it's a tough one, isn't it? Straighten the knees, undo that bind, reach the arms up. Ooh, breathe in here. Let's just do a half sun salutation. Exhale, fold forwards in between sides, just to breathe it out. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Press through the feet, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, we'll do that one more time on the other side, okay? So start by reaching your arms up. Remember, I'm not mirroring you. So this time the left elbow is coming down first, the right elbow on top. Cross the forearms, get that nice eagle arms. You've both done it already. And then sit down into your hips, find a chair pose. Good. This time, weight into your right foot. Lift up that left thigh high over your right. So it's like you want the bathroom, but somebody's in there. So really squeeze the inner thighs, draw up through the pelvic floor muscles. Good. Maybe taking the full bind, maybe not, maybe balancing. Sit the hips down, lift the elbows up, and then if you want to try and fly that eagle, you're going to lean forwards to try and bring the elbows and the knee towards each other. Oh, don't worry if you lose your balance. Just focus on your breath again. Focus on looking at something that's not moving and squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. Well done. Good job, Kim. And then slowly, if you're leaning forwards, come back up. Undo the legs. Undo the arms. Reach the arms up. Breathe in. Oh, exhale, fold forwards. We're going to go all the way down to the mat now. So inhale, halfway lift. Lovely. Breathe out. Bring your hands down. Step back into a plank. Knees come down and lower all the way down to the mat. Well done. Made it onto your mat. Okay, so in this position on the floor, we're going to take a locust pose again, just because it's so incredibly good for you. Bring your hands behind you and interlace them, please. Squeeze the backs of the shoulders towards each other so that you're opening the space between your collarbones at the front. Zip your legs up like you've got one leg. And then inhale, start to lift the shoulders and the heart up a little bit. Don't strain your neck to look up, keep looking forwards. Breathe out, lift your toes up. Maybe your knees come up, maybe not. Grow taller, looking lovely, Kim. And then keep looking down. Imagine that you've got a blueberry under your belly button, as one of my colleagues says a lot. And you don't want to squish that blueberry, so you're hugging that navel in towards your spine a little bit. Grow longer as you reach your toes back and your head forwards. One more breath. Inhale, stay strong. And exhale. Ooh, really slow it down. Bring the hands so that the palms are face down underneath your forehead, elbows out to the side. And just rock your hips from side to side. Just ease off your back. Locust is one of the best poses of your body, really. So make sure you do it at least once or twice a day if you can. And hold it for about 5 breaths, I would. It's really good to strengthen your back, to get your posture changed, you know, from all that forward folding. Come back to center. Lovely. And then hands under your shoulders and press back until you're on your knees. So you're going to stand on your knees here. We're going to come into a nice little back bend. So coming into camel pose, bring your hands so that they're just protecting your lumbar spine, so right at the bottom of your spine. Palms face down, elbows pointing towards each other as much as possible. By doing that, you're going to open the chest a bit. So it's a nice heart opening. Take a breath in. You can tuck your toes, actually. That's quite a good way to keep your balance. Make sure you're really opening through the sternum, and as you exhale, send the sternum upwards, keep the hips reaching forwards, and keep the knees in line with your hips. Good. You don't have to look up if your neck doesn't like it, but if you can look up towards the ceiling. Otherwise, keep looking forwards. And either stay here for 3 breaths or bring your hands and hold on to your heels, or blocks if you've got them. But don't do it if it doesn't feel good in your low back. Okay, this is more about opening the front body. So if it's better for your body to have your hands supporting your lumbar spine, then do that. Okay, take one more breath here. Well done. Inhaling. And exhale. Come back to center. Engage through your core to come back up. Untuck your toes and just sit down onto your heels. Just pause and notice. See if there's any heart rate going or anything like that after that big back bend. It's quite a big back bend. Alright. Let's lean over onto one side. Actually, no, come back. We're going to come into a pigeon pose on both sides. And I think you're both okay with this. So plant your hands, come into a downward facing dog. This is probably the best way to do a pigeon. Nice hip opener. We'll start on the right side. So right leg reaches up to the sky. And then bend that knee and bring the right knee behind that right wrist. Hopefully you can see me. And look back to your left leg, which is straight behind you. So your right knee is bent. Maybe the heel's quite close to your groin, that's fine. Good. And the left leg, just look at the left leg, make sure it's straight behind you. If that right hip is up high, which I can see yours is a little bit high, Kim, I can't really see yours, Bev, put a block underneath it, otherwise you're going to put too much pressure on your knee. So put a block under that hip. Good. Never have, if it hurts in your knee, does it hurt either of you? If it does, let me know. You can always do a lying down one. Okay. All right. From here, walk your hands forwards and come into a sleeping pigeon. And just pause here for a few breaths. So for the sake of the video, if anyone's watching and they can't do it because of their knees that way, then you lie on your back, bend both your knees, and put that right ankle on top of the left knee. And then hug it in. Reach through the gap in the middle and hold behind the hamstring. That is going to give you just as good a stretch, but without the pressure on the knees. Okay, so go with what is best for your body today. All right. Take one more breath here, inhaling. And exhale. Slowly press yourself back, upright. If you've got the block underneath that right hip, just take the block out of the way and then lean over onto that right hip and bring that left leg around. Yeah, so the left leg will be facing the front of the mat and the right sole of the foot's on the inside of the left thigh. Yeah, that's it. Coming into a forward fold, Janu Sirsasana. So reach the arms up. So you're not rounding your back here. You're going to exhale and hinge from your hips and look forward. So if you have a strap, it's sometimes nice to have a strap around that foot and keep pulling back so that you're really opening up your shoulders and reaching your chest open. Yeah, that's it, Kim. Good. Otherwise, you're going to look forwards, but you're having a straight back, so you're not rounding. You're not like this. You're always finding that spaciousness in your front body. Stretching through the hamstrings, breathing in. And breathing out. Just take a couple more breaths here, in and out. Lovely. When you're ready, come up. Good. And then bring both soles of the feet together so that you're in a starfish position. This is a diamond shape. The soles of the feet are quite a little bit further away from your body. Bring your hands underneath the shins and just allow your back to round now. So you're just rolling forwards a little bit, but with a rounded spine now. So you're just stretching those muscles that help to keep you upright. Your erector spinae muscles. before we go on to the other side pigeon. You might feel this in the outer hips, quite nice. Just nice easy way to close everything down a bit. And slowly undo yourself, come back up. Lovely. And then cross at the ankles, lean forwards, come into a tabletop, and then your downward facing dog. Well done. We'll do the other side, pigeon. So left leg reaches up to the sky, and then bend that left knee. Bring the left knee behind the left wrist, and heel toe that right leg back and back so it's in a straight line. Hopefully you can see me okay here. I'll turn around so that you can see me better. Again, if that bent knee hip is up high, you're going to protect the knee by using a block or something that's going to bring that hip into your pelvis into alignment a little bit more. So you try and have your hips square. And then come forwards, walk your hands forwards, find yourself in a sleeping pigeon. Good. And it's nice just to relax down here. Let gravity do the work. There's no need for you to, try and put too much effort into this. It's a really nice hip stretch. Really nice thing to do at the end of a day. Remember, if you set an intention at the beginning of your practice, just try and remember it to yourself. What was it? Rename it to yourself. Just really let it sink right in. And then come all the way back up to center. If you've got a block under that left hip, just take the block out and then just bring that right leg all the way around to face the front of the mat. So your left sole of the foot should be on the inside of your right thigh, coming into that forward fold on this side. So reach your arms up for Janu Sirsasana. Remember, exhale, come forwards, hinge from the hips. So if you used a strap on the other side, which I know you did, some of you did, then make sure you've got it in your hand so it's coming beneath your foot and you're holding it to draw back with the shoulder blades and make that space nice and open and the spine lovely and long rather than rounding. This is especially, good for your spine, Kim, to keep it, to really try and think about drawing those shoulder blades towards each other all the time. And just take a few more breaths here. Just enjoying this nice hamstring stretch. One more breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Next breath in, just start to walk your hands back. Come all the way upright. Lovely. And then bring both feet in front. We're going to just finish off with a nice seated twist to straighten the legs. We're not doing that fold again. Just maybe bend, have that little wobble bit of movement. My knee needs it at the moment, so I don't know about yours. Okay. And then you're going to bend that left knee, put the left sole of the foot on the outside of the right knee. Coming into a nice twist. And then wrap that right elbow around the right knee. Interlace your hands. Pull the fingers as though you're trying to disconnect them from each other, but they're not moving. Grow really tall as you do this. Inhale here. And then exhale, maybe turn and twist, soften the belly when you do this, and you're twisting from the thoracic spine, the middle of your spine, the chest area. This might be enough for you, or you might prefer to bring your left hand behind you and the right elbow sort of on the outside of that right knee. Just see how it feels. Try not to lean back too much. Just finding a nice twist in the spine. Take a couple more breaths here. You can just look down or you can look behind you if your neck feels okay. That's lovely. Inhaling. And exhale. Lovely. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten that left leg and just switch sides. So bend the right knee, right sole of the foot on the outside of the left knee. That's it, Kim. And then wrap that left elbow around the knee. Interlace the hands, or take the other variation. I like to start off by doing this to go really tall as I breathe in. And then I'm going to settle into my other variation with the elbow on the outside of that thigh. Every time I breathe in, I'm growing a little bit taller, or I'm trying to. And every time I breathe out, I'm softening through the belly, allowing myself to twist from where my spine is most easily able to twist from, not straining or forcing. Okay, come back to the center. Undo that. Bend both knees and lower yourself down onto the mat. Good, and then hug your knees in for Apanasana. Rock your hips from side to side, maybe taking the circles with your knees in one direction. This feels quite nice on the back of your pelvis. And maybe changing direction. And then last pose before Shavasana is Happy Baby. So bend the knees and reach around and hold on to the outsides of the feet. I know it's not very ladylike, but there you go, it doesn't matter. It feels great, doesn't it? And then try and pull those knees towards your armpits. Maybe rock from side to side. Perhaps lengthen the tailbone down as much as you can so that you can feel as much of the spine on the mat as possible. One more breath. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, sigh it out. Let go of this pose. Bring your feet out long, arms by your side, palms face up. And just let yourself, give yourself this Shavasana, even if it's only for a minute. Even if you've got lots on today, give yourself a little bit of time just for you. Just to really be still and just to be instead of doing. Really important. So see if you can stay here and enjoy this. Let your breath be natural. Let your body be completely held, completely still. And if you'll find your mind wandering, just follow the pathway of your breath as it goes into your body, filling it up with oxygen, and then the pathway of your breath as it leaves your body. Letting go of anything that you don't need anymore. So thank you for joining me. I'll leave you in your Shavasana. Lots of love to you all. And namaste. See you on Sunday.